Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Darren Jacobs and welcome back to the round 1 of the Road to Glory Season 2 tournament. It's continuing here today and we will be having not 1 but 2 episodes today, so hashtag double upload in the comment section if you please. You guys usually do it when we do that because it's very rare that I actually do a double upload. Coming up first, it is T&J making his way down to the ring. His description: from Hell, Michigan. His first priority is hurting people. His second is winning. He says little words, but his work in the ring does all the talking. Nice, simple, and straight to the point here for T&J. Double T, as it says on his knee pads. Has a chance here tonight to progress to the quarterfinals of the Road to Glory Season 2. As we saw in the last episode, Max Fire and Johnny Entertainment walked out the first 2 winners of the men's bracket, and those 2 will be facing each other in the first match of the quarter-finals. Tonight, T&J will find out who his opponent will be in the second round, should he progress here tonight, and the winner of the last match of the evening in this episode will be facing T&J in the next round of the quarter-finals. That was said horribly, but c'est la vie. Time for T&J to make his mark. But he's got a tough opponent here tonight, as always. These people were hand-picked because they were the best of the bunch of the applicants, and we had nearly 100 applicants, so that should say a lot about what's been chosen here. But the Iceman, Joe Synistrad, I believe is how you pronounce it. I still may be mistaken, but I believe that's how you pronounce it. His description: he is from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He says, I am the Iceman. I'm cool, calm, and if you get in my way, I will take you out. Trained at the JMJ's Academy, top of my class. And the JMJ Academy actually featured JW Cashman, who, of course, was a former television champion here in the series, and probably the most hated man in the world for me. I hate that man with a passion. And tomorrow I've got to find a way to apologize to the man. That should be fun. Oh, yeah, it actually says here, including Cashman, Designer Kai as well. I did not know that. Designer Kai was a contestant on the first ever Road to Glory Season 1. And then he lists the names of his signatures and finishers, and I'm sure we'll get to that at some point, should that come along. But here we go, T&J and Joe Synistrad. I'm just going to call him the Iceman to prevent any wrong naming, and a big kick to start from T&J. And these 2, of course, will find out who they will be facing in the quarterfinals should they advance later on tonight, as Moshi takes on Nikolas Hemmerling in the next matchup here tonight, in the final match of this episode. Remember, we're doing a double upload today, so we will find out 3/4 of the first round brackets today, and then the last one should be Sunday, since we don't have a pay-per-view, as we are building up on the road to Insomnia, where the winner of this tournament, or the finalists in this tournament, will get to make their debut appearance, but only one of them will be guaranteed a contract. Wait, what's he doing here? Oh, whips him into the steel barricade. Beautiful move there by the Iceman. Very nicely done. T&J trying to almost shrug it off. And these 2 really producing something special here. And now look at this. T&J showing his power and strength. The man from Hell, Michigan. That's just a great name. Is that real? Hell, Michigan? That doesn't sound real. I'm not from America. I'm from the UK. I've never been to America, and I know nothing about American geography. But Hell is quite a fitting place. Quite an interesting name, to say the least, to describe a place that you live. But anyway, T&J under the good start here. Synistrad on the outside did well, but couldn't quite make the most of his opportunity. Remember, the winner of this will take on the winner of Moshi versus Nikolas Hemmerling in the main event of the evening, and you will meet those 2 later. And now look at this. Oh, what a beautiful suplex. All in one motion there from the Iceman. And he's really picking up some speed here. Pop-up punch. And now look at this. T&J is going to have to find a way back here if he can. Look at this. Big strikes. A big takedown there from the strikes. And now, oh, look at that. Showing some aerial abilities there. Not what I was expecting from T&J. And there's an elbow drop. Just out of frustration here. Just trying to wear him down. Look at this. You can sense T&J, as he said, His first priority is hurting people, and you can see that coming out here in the moves that he's landing early here in the Iceman.
Oh, man, his chances.
And of course, wearing the little flames on his shorts as well, so we're getting a little bit of fire and ice here. And I'm sure we'd get that a lot more. Could you imagine if we see the Iceman versus Max Fire in the semi-finals, as it potentially could be, should they both advance? But, we'll have to wait and see. Remember, in the first episode, we saw Max Fire and Johnny Entertainment book their place in the quarterfinals, and of course, they will be going up against each other. Oh, well caught the fist there. Look at that. Beautiful! Beautiful slam down there onto Tay-Terra, and he's going straight into the cover. He thinks that might be enough. Doesn't even get a 2 count. And that's got to be the most worrying thing he's seen all day. But now straight to the outside. Remember, this year's tournament is completely no disqualifications. Anything goes, and the Iceman going to take that to full advantage. Did you see the impact? Tay-Terra just completely laid out with the kendo stick. He ran right into it. And now look at this. Taking the most of it, and the Iceman taking the most of the control that he's just developed. What a takeout with the kendo stick. Beautiful. Almost a clothesline, but with the kendo stick. Very impressive stuff there. Well, now Tay-Terra going to try and steal this one if he can. Trying to get the cover here on the Iceman, and he gets a 2 count. And that's the most that anyone's got so far. For Tay-Terra, needs to get back into this one. That kendo stick strike was bound to hurt. And now what's the Iceman thinking here? Lining up for something big. What's he doing? Oh, he's completely missed it. But he's gone to the top rope. Maybe it was a distraction. Look at this. What's he thinking now? Oh, Tay-Terra able to capitalize. And I think Tay-Terra did well just to sidestep whatever Synistrad was thinking there. And oh, and he completely botches that one. Looked like he was struggling in midair. Oh, what a catch there to avoid the kick. And Tay-Terra making the most of all of these mistakes from the Iceman. And this just shows they truly are rookies here in WYW. They may be well-established superstars and whatever brands they come from. But here at WYW, you start from the beginning, and they are proving that here. With silly mistakes like that, it could cost them the match. Look at this. Going for a backside driver and into the cover. Is that going to be enough to get the victory here? Did you see the power behind that kick out? Huge kick out there, but now Tay-Terra signaling for the end here. What's Tay-Terra thinking?
He's still not moving, guys.
What can Tay-Terra do to wrap this one up in a kind of crab position here? What's he thinking? Look at this. Oh, beautiful connection. Hell, beautiful head-driven face first into the mat. Oh, and Tay-Terra couldn't get enough on it. Hasn't mounted enough offense forward, but he has taken full advantage of the mistakes made here. Look at this. Sitting on the top turnbuckle, taunting Joe Synistrad, who is in heavy punishment here. He thinks he might have done enough. Joe has not moved, but the Iceman still kicks out at 2. And now back to his feet. Now needs to mount some offense very urgently. And now looking for this again. Catch the arm and straight into a powerbomb. Very nicely done.
If that doesn't end it,
the Iceman trying to fight back now because Tay-Terra's got the momentum. Remember, if they lose here tonight, that's not the only way they can get into the WYW. Remember, if they are your most popular superstar, if you vote for them to be your favorite, then they will progress to get a WYW contract. The voting will open very soon as we've seen all 16 male superstars and 12 female superstars. And into the cover, is that going to be enough to get the job done? 2 count. The Iceman cutting it close here with these kickouts, and Tay-Terra staying in complete control. There's nothing that the Iceman can do to find an answer right now, but he's got to find something big to get it done.
He's one step ahead on that one.
A man who does strike me as someone with a bit of power. He's going back to the outside. He's already pulled a kendo stick out in this match to help establish control. What can he find now? What's he getting? A table! Oh dear. The Iceman brings out a table into the ring, but he sees Tay-Terra getting up. And Tay-Terra now might be able to capitalize. Good counter there. Oh, look at this. Looking for a powerbomb, maybe. Oh, and look at the sharpness on that powerbomb. And straight into the cover. It's not enough, but he verses it. He turns it into the Boston Crab! Tay-Terra taps! Tay-Terra taps out immediately to that beautiful Boston Crab out of the powerbomb. No need for the table in the end. We have a winner. The Iceman, Joe Synistrad, and that still might be the wrong pronunciation, but what a fight. Both these two put everything they had into this matchup. Oh wow, they're even showing the replay of him sitting on the corner waiting for him to get up. But Tay-Terra made the mistake and he got caught taunting. Couldn't find an ending to this one. And this man did. A massive powerbomb into a Boston Crab. And Joe Synistrad, the Iceman, will advance to the quarterfinals to take on whoever is the winner of tonight's final matchup of episode 1. Huge win for him. He looked impressive at times. Did he show everything that he had to offer? I don't know. We'll have to find out in the quarterfinals if he has anything else to bring to the table. But a good start here from the Iceman. He progresses to the quarterfinal. Commiserations for Tay-Terra. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, the continuation of the women's bracket. As we saw in the last episode, Joyce Andrews knocked off Caitlin Hall to progress to the quarterfinals of the tournament. So the winner tonight will take on Joyce Andrews in the quarterfinals of the Road to Glory tournament. This is the first ever women's Road to Glory match. So we'll have to see how everybody does here tonight. The first person down to the ring is Diana. And already seeing what brand she's interested in, wearing the Mayhem logo on her shirt. Interesting there. And Diana is apparently the best friend to the hero of wrestling. That's right, SDC is the best friend of Diana. And it's alright having friends in WIW, but as Caitlin Hall showed, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to make it through in this tournament. We've already seen one sibling of the WIW family eliminated from the tournament. So now Diana, who is the best friend of SDC, needs to separate herself from SDC and become Diana here tonight and show what she is capable of in that ring. And tonight, she is up against, speaking of a sister, we have another sister here of a WIW family member in Brianna Skeens. The sister and trained by, you guessed it, Brad Skeens, the man who is currently in the semi-finals of the WIW Championship Tournament after knocking out the favourite, Aaron Albright. And the description of her is the sister and trained by Brad Skeens. She said, "We'll please the fans and we'll guarantee business no matter what." Well, Brianna Skeens making promises, but can she keep them up here against Diana in the quarterfinals, in the round of 16, or the round of 12 as it would be for the women's bracket? Remember, the winner of this round will go on to face, the winner of this round will go on to face Joyce Andrews in the quarterfinals, and we saw how brilliant Joyce Andrews was in that first round, so we'll have to wait and see how she does here today. And look at this. Interestingly enough, Diana choosing not to take her hat off here. And interesting decision there, but Diana off to a good start there with the beautiful arm twist and stomping away on the arm. And two people here who have the backing, I'm sure, of fellow WIW members, Brad Skeens and SDC. And we've seen those two in the past. And could you imagine those two in the ring right now? Brad Skeens and the hero of wrestling. Of course, Brad Skeens right now in the semi-finals of the WIW Championship Tournament and could become WIW Champion this time next week at Insomnia. Well, this time next Sunday at Insomnia. And also, oh, look at that! Straight in with a baseball bat there, Brianna Skeens. Not going to waste any time here to try and do the damage to Diana. But Diana with the counter and a beautiful Hurricane Rana. Yes, so she has the potential. Brad Skeens has the potential of becoming WIW champion next week at Insomnia. And as for SDC, of course, he is in a dream match scenario where he will be taking on Mason Foster for the European Championship, also at Insomnia. A big match for the hero of wrestling and for Brad Skeens and the rest of his tournament progression. We'll have to wait and see how that progresses. And now look at this. Oh, crashing him into the turnbuckle there. Her into the turnbuckle. Excuse me, I got caught up talking about Brad Skeens and SDC. But like I said at the beginning, this is no longer about SDC or Brad Skeens. This is about Brianna Skeens and Diana, who does a beautiful splash there from the middle rope. And this is the chance they get to become their own people, their own competitors. Being related to them can only carry them so far in life, because now they have to step up and become their own person. And right now, these two are putting on a fantastic battle. Big kick to the gut, and a beautiful step-up enziguri there by Diana. And now Diana advancing forward again. This is a brilliant display so far from her. And now look at this.
Some serious trouble here.
Continuing amount of offense forward, but typical Skeens fashion, not going to let the offense carry her forward. And now Brianna begging her to get back in the ring. Brianna Skeens putting on a show right now. But both of these women are. This is a pretty even contest. I'd say by far the most even we've had so far. I can't call a winner at this current second. Playing to the crowd, though, there is Brianna Skeens. And these two working very well here. They're working the hardest they can. They need to provide the victory. Remember, the winner will face Joyce Andrews in the quarterfinals. And Joyce Andrews put on one hell of a display. Did you see that backbreaker by Brianna Skeens? And now going under the ring again, looking for some more weapons to bring in. All of the weapons coming out today. And now another table. This time it's being used. She drops the table on top of her as well. Now what's she thinking? She going to set up that table? What's she planning to do here? Oh, she's bridged it onto the ring and... oh, God, what's she thinking here? Oh, it fell off. And I think she had something big planned. She got her up, but Diana with the counter. And, of course, like I say, Joyce Andrews last week looked amazing in her match against Caitlin Hall. So these two women have got a tough task should they advance. But they've got to do it first. They've got to advance. We'll have to wait and see who can make it. And now picking her back up. I'll tell you what, this is very impressive by Diana to put on this kind of performance and keep the hat on. It's quite impressive, it has to be said. And now to the top rope. What's she thinking? Putting it all on the line here. Look at this. Beautiful Hurricane Rana. And the speed on the drop was absolutely brilliant. And now look at this, hooking the arms. Oh, what a beautiful suplex. Diana in control now. She's going to go into the color. She thinks that's enough. Is that enough to put away Skeens? 2 count.
Last bit of energy.
Diana.
She kicked out there. Look at her go.
Very nicely done there, but couldn't put her away. Now looking for something to put her away. What's she got in her arsenal? What does she have to bring? Scoops her up. Oh, look at this. What's she thinking here? Look at this. Oh, what a move.
Wow,
Face first goes Skeens. And I think that might be enough. Has Diana advanced? No. Huge kick out by Brianna Skeens. And Diana thought she had that one won there. A beautiful move. And she just couldn't get it done. She's trying to stay in control there though. Twisted the arm. Oh, look at this. Beautiful work here by Brianna Skeens to escape the hold. Not letting it go that easy. Irish whip now to the corner. And now, oh, faked her there with the knee. Did well to distract her and now gets her up. Oh God, what's she thinking? Oh, look at this. Shades of Haley Bowen, the former women's champion. Beautiful electric chair driver. Into the middle of the ring and into the cover. Has Skeens advanced? Big kick out by Diana. She desperately needed a kick out there. But playing to the crowd now is Brianna Skeens. What an even contest this has been, right when I thought Diana was about to take the cake. Brianna Skeens, I know that's going to get confusing as time goes on, manages to kick out and now mounts her offense of her own, but even she can't get the job done. These two are battling for a WIW contract. That's what it's all about at the end of the day, and these two doing whatever it takes to get there. There's a nice crucifix. Brianna once again to the outside, and she's showing what kind of fighter she wants to be. She'll do whatever is necessary. Now a ladder coming in, and if that still hits her, that could be lethal. Into the ring she goes, but look at this, Diana trying to stop her from using it. Oh, and the ladder's fallen on top of Brianna. Huge impact there. And now look at this, she's going for it again. Trying to get her up. Oh wait, what's she thinking here? Looking for a powerbomb maybe? Oh, and just stuns her off the turnbuckle. And now has her in the corner. Oh wait, Brianna fighting out of it. Oh God, look where she lands. Oh, almost landing on the ladder there. And now what's Brianna thinking, oh, just going to strike her with the ladder. No, Diana gets out of the way, but charges right into a ladder strike. Using whatever is necessary. Remember, no countouts, no disqualification. Anything goes in this year's Road to Glory tournament. Continues to beat her down with the ladder. And that could easily be enough. Several huge ladder strikes. The referee makes the count on the ladder. Oh, 2.5.
I would have sworn that would be it.
And the crowd warming up to Diana, you feel. Brianna Skeens has proven she'll do whatever it takes, but she's getting the job done right now. Diana desperately trying to crawl back to her feet, but Brianna's not going to let her lose the control here. Oh my god. Look at where the ladder is. Oh, powerbomb! And we saw this progress the first match, and it's into a Boston Crab, just like the Iceman did in the first round. Diana taps, and Brianna Skeens advances to the quarterfinals. What a match! Arguably one of the best matches of the first round so far. What a match. Both these two put everything they had on the line to walk out the winner, and now does her head, yeah, her head ricochets off the ladder on that powerbomb. Somehow she kicked out, but the Boston Crab just too much to take in, and Brianna Skeens advances to the quarterfinals. She will be taking on Joyce Andrews in the quarterfinals of the first ever women's Road to Glory tournament. A huge victory for Brianna Skeens. Diana, fantastic display. She put on a real good show, but unfortunately for her, she just couldn't find a way to get the job done. A huge victory for Brianna Skeens, and she'll be facing Joyce Andrews very soon in the quarterfinals of the Road to Glory tournament. But it's now time for the final match of today's first episode of 2 Double Uploads. Final match of today's episode, and the winner will take on the Iceman, Joe Synistrad, I believe that's how you pronounce it, in the next round of the tournament, that being the quarterfinals. This match will solidify that we are over halfway in the bracket. That is true? Is that true? Yes, that is true. That's halfway through the men's round 1. I just had to make sure that I wasn't lying there. I might have been. But we've got one big matchup here tonight for the end of today's first episode. Hopefully the second episode will be coming out a little later on. It just might take a little while to get here. Just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. The first man down to the ring is Yami Moshi. Or Yami Moshi. I believe it's Yami. I don't know. I think we'll go with Yami. That's just how I pronounce it. From Tokyo, Japan, Yami was trained in a dojo in Japan and helped to create his own Shinigami style, sorry. And he travels around the world in an attempt to become the greatest wrestler in the world. Well, introducing his own style of fighting here to WIW, and that's something that not many people have done. We'll see what that Shinigami style looks like here tonight. But Yami Moshi ready to step into the ring here tonight. Remember, the winner will face the Iceman in the second round, the quarterfinals of the Road to Glory tournament. And it's getting intense here. This has been great action so far. We'll see if this match can live up to the quality of the first and second encounters tonight. And the next man down to the ring is Nikolas Hemmerling. His simple description, he calls himself the Aussie Brawler, the man from Brisbane, Australia, and he is a former, or real life, sorry, UFC fighter. So a UFC fighter coming in here. Two very different styles. One who was trained in a dojo, the other trained in an octagon. This is going to be a conflicting match of styles here, but the question is, which one of the two can get it done? And of course, Australians have had very much success in WIW. Of course, most notably Lachlan, who's currently in the World Championship semi-finals of the tournament, currently on the Monday Night Mayhem. Lachlan, of course, Aussie Justice, his nickname, but the Aussie Brawler, ready to throw down tonight, stepping out of the octagon. But how will he do here tonight inside the square circle? We'll have to wait and see as he takes on this man right here, Yami Moshi. And now, here we go. Final match of the round. Bell rings, and here we go. Final match of today's episode so far. Brianna Skeens and the Iceman, Joe Synistrad. and have advanced to the quarterfinals. The winner of this match will take on Joe Synistrad. And a great start there with a suplex. And of course, we're expecting very much a UFC style of offense, and straight away delivering on that front. Huge clothesline to the takedown. Some big strikes, and we'd expect nothing less from a UFC fighter. Doesn't really strike me as a submission type of guy, the Aussie Brawler, but maybe he has them submissions in his arsenal. But right now, just killing him with some heavy strikes. Big counter there, though, by Moshi. And Moshi, of course, bringing his own unique style of martial arts to the table, so we'll have to wait and see what he does. But look at this, straight away sensing the power of Hemmerling and going straight for a chair. Oh, and look at that, beats him there with the strike. And you see the force behind those punches. The sign of a true UFC fighter right there. And right now he's in control, but Moshi not going to let it happen like that. Irish whip. What can he do here? And a massive super kick. And Moshi promising that wants to be the greatest wrestler in the world, and that is why he travels across many promotions to try and prove it. And of course, many people have come to WIW believing that they were already the best. But Moshi is coming here to prove that he is, and I like that. But of course, in WIW, we've seen from history that not everybody comes in with the exact same as how they leave. And Hemmerling doing a great job here early on here. The UFC fighter winning over here. The man from Japan.
Oh, he's in trouble here.
And now look at a fly.
Be smart to stay put there.
What's he thinking here? Doesn't exactly strike me as a high flyer, and a massive clothesline there from the apron. And continuing to advance forward here. Not going to slow down on offense. Went for a suplex. Well countered. Oh, and into a suplex of his own. Very nicely done there by Moshi. And these two taking very much an advantage of the no count-out rule here. Been battling a lot here on the outside. And a beautiful DDT spiking him down into the ground. What a battle this has been so far. I'd say Hemmerling with the slight advantage, but Moshi proving that he can keep up right now. And he's proven that right here. And now look at this. What's he thinking now? Oh, God. Oh, and drops him on top of the steel barricade. Very nicely done by Moshi. And now going to the top, going high risk. What can he do? Oh, decides against it. He sees Hemmerling getting back to his feet. Very nice decision there. Huge roundhouse kick. And right now, these two trading big strikes.
Yeah, no kidding.
And although these two come from very different styles of backgrounds, it looks like these two providing very similar offense. Both trading huge, heavy strikes to get the majority of their offense in. Oh, and a massive shoulder tackle there from Nick Hemmerling. And now into the ring they go. Remember, this is where the place where they're going to have to get the cover. We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of the cover, it looks like Hemmerling's going to go for the first one of the match. He's only going to get one.
Hey, I guess you never know.
And this has been brilliant stuff here in this match. But only one can walk out the winner. Up on the shoulders. What's he thinking in this position? Goes for the ropes. And just drops him on top of that rope. He bounces and ricochets, hits the canvas. Oh my God! Did you see the power in that punch? Unbelievable! Nicknamed the Aussie Brawler. For a reason, the power behind that punch just shook Moshi to his core, but Moshi continuing to fight on, refusing to give in here, and I'm sure after traveling around the world and facing some of the best wrestlers that wrestling has to offer, it looks like this man's learned to take a punch or two. And now look at this, not letting him use any more weapons. The baseball bat used to Hemmerling's advantage, and he tosses it out the rope. And now look at this, continuing to mount the offense forward. Hemmerling is in control. And right now, Moshi trying any answer he can think of to get back into... Oh, look at this. Oh, and a big strike to the chest with the twisted arm. And now look at this. Drop kick from the top rope. Beautiful move there from Nick Hemmerling. And straight into the cover. Is that enough to knock out Moshi? Yes, it is. What a victory from Nick Hemmerling. A fantastic display from start to finish, pulling out moves that not even some of the established veterans in WIW would do. Never mind a UFC fight. Look at the power behind that punch, and this drop kick was enough to get the job done, twisting in the arm as well. And that knocks Yami Moshi out of the tournament. And Nick Hemmerling,
Here is your winner.
the Aussie brawler, progresses to the quarterfinals where he will meet Joe Synistrad in the second round of the WIW Road to Glory Season 2 tournament. And that is going to wrap it up for episode 1 today. Be sure to stay tuned because there will be a second episode, hopefully, coming out today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.